All right, in section 4.3, number 35 through 40, we're finding the equation of that graph using that standard sine formula. So we need to find the A, B, C, and D to put in there. We're going to focus on number 35 in this recording. So the first step is to find A. A is there's two ways to think of A. A is, you can think of it as the height or that distance from the center to the max or to the min, that little distance right there. Or you can think of it as, there's a formula for it. What is it? The midway point between the max and the min. So let's see, our maximum here is 600. The minimum is 100. And the midway point between that would be 600 minus 100 divided by 2, which gives me 500 divided by 2, or 250. The other thing you can do is look at that center line. That center line is 350, so you can see that the 600 is 350 up, or in the 100 is, 250. 250 up or 250 down. So that little purple line is A is equal to 250. All right, A is done. Now to find B. B I can find from the period. The formula for B is the period of the parent function, which is 2 pi, over the period of this function, which is P. That's what we need to find. So we can find P by looking at the width of one cycle. And I can see that this sine function starts here, goes up through my max, 0, min, and back to 0 again. This is where the cycle ends. So from beginning to end, the cycle goes from 0 to 24. So that is 24 minus 0. The period equals the max of that cycle minus the min, which is 24. So B equals 2 pi over 24, or pi over 12. So C I would get from the horizontal shift to see how much has this sine. So I start at like a good starting point, a good little landmark for sine is that 0 that's about to go up. And that 0 is actually not 0, this angle 0, so the t value 0, is on the y-axis, just like it is in the parent function. So there's actually no shift here. So C is 0, so I don't even have to write it when I write my standard equation. I can just leave the C off since it's just plus 0, and that doesn't change anything. And then the last thing I need to do is the vertical shift. That's D. So the vertical shift is the parent function has the center of the function right here, and in this function, it's up here. So where is that line? It's at y equals 350, which we found in when we're looking at A. So D equals positive 350. It's an upward shift. Okay, so now I can just put those into my equation, and I get y equals, I'm putting it into this equation, the A is 250 sine, the B is pi over 12, t, C is 0, so I don't need to write that because adding 0 doesn't change anything, and plus D.